everybody. Hope you're having a great weekend and a great new year so far. But if you're not, this video is for you. And I'm going to go ahead and share some of the things I've been struggling with this year. For some reason, I've been having a hard time getting motivated to do things, whether it's exercise, write, read, anything. And I realize I've been in my head a lot. And that's what I want to talk to you about this month is getting out of your head. Because 9 times out of 10, a lot of our anxieties and a lot of our fears are in our head. We make things worse than they really are when we overthink and underwork. Let me give you a little example. We're in the middle of winter, and last weekend I wanted to go for a bike ride. Now, I don't know where you're at, but where I live, we were in a severe cold snap with unusually low temperatures. And I was just dreading it, really dreading going biking in the cold temperatures. Although I have biked in cold weather plenty of times before in the past. I had actually biked in weather colder than it was last weekend. And I have all the necessary gear for an avid cyclist like myself to go biking, to be able to bike in that type of temperature without being uncomfortable and cold. Let me show you. My first layer of defense are these. These you see a lot of athletes with these on, but these are what cyclists use to keep warm during this time of year. I've got arm warmers. Now what this thing is, I don't know, this is actually that inside, which is felt. But if I put it on the inside, if I turn it inside right, let me see if I can do this. It's this spandex kind of elastic sleeve with the felt on the inside that I put over my arms. That's layer one. And I also have the same things for my legs. These are my leg warmers. Let me see if I get this inside right. And you'll see how they are really good for keeping me warm. Not making me sweat, but keeping me warm. The felt on the inside, on the skin, it is so warm. So those are my base layers. Then I have another layer over my upper body, and that is my cycling thermal. The great thing about this cycling thermal is it wicks water and it retains the heat. That's why it actually kind of has a crew neck that goes up to help keep my throat a little bit warm. So that's layer number 2. And then the next layer is, of course, my winter biking jersey. Now, if you keep up with me on YouTube, you've seen me record videos with these on. This is a nice long sleeve. It also helps wick water. On the back of it, I've got some pockets that I can put some things in. That's layer number 2. And during this time of year, I also have another layer. Let me see this. Slide over and get this. This is actually my cycling bib. And it's inside out because I washed it. But this right here is basically a spandex overall. And what's so great about this is it has these paddings in the legs and in the thighs that actually help protect against the wind. So that helps keep me warm biking in the cold weather. And then there's another cycling trick that bikers like me do to help keep us warm during the winter is we put some type of cardboard or mailers underneath our jersey. Actually, I put it between my cycling bib, my jersey, to help protect against the wind. So what I did last week is I had this piece of cardboard that came with my wall calendar this year. I took it and I folded it up, stuck it down in my jersey. Now what this did is it helped protect against the wind chill. Because when I left the house last Saturday morning, it was 32 degrees and I averaged 12 miles an hour. So the wind chill put me right around the upper teens to lower teens. So this, all those together really helped protect me and keep me warm and comfortable on that bike ride. And of course, I had my beard, which I thinned it out now because I'm getting ready to go for a run in a little while. But my beard was thicker than normal to help protect my face from the cold weather. Even despite having all this, still I was in my head and I was dreading. I mean, really dreading going biking last Saturday morning because I knew it was going to be cold and a little windy. You know, and the thing is, once I got on my bike, maybe 2 or 3 minutes into the ride, I was perfectly comfortable. Once I got my heart rate up, my body temperature went up, and all those layers kept the warmth in, I was comfortable. And I got to thinking, wow, I was really in my head before that ride. Now I had eaten my big breakfast. I drank water before going, and I had put all the layers of clothes on. So why did I need to dread the bike ride? I was just in my head. And I realized I've gotten in my head a lot lately. Like about my riding, just dreading getting into the riding, dreading going through the work of doing the research, dreading going through the writing process, dreading going through the editing process. So all those things were in my head. The riding itself wasn't hard. The biking last weekend wasn't hard. And as I sit here right now, like I said, I've got my tank top on because I'm going to eat lunch and go for a run this afternoon. I am dreading going for the run. But something always happens to me. Once I've been running for maybe 4 or 5 minutes, I've gotten my heart rate up. Those endorphins start flowing. And I'm enjoying it. I'm not saying that makes it easy, but I am enjoying my run, even though my body is aching, even though mentally I'm exhausted, even though I'm getting thirsty, even though I want to just stop. And it's all because I've gotten in my head. But I've learned if I press on, if I keep going, if I don't let my circumstances make me give up, make me quit, I can actually power through the struggle and finish my goal. I cannot tell you how good it felt when I got home from my bike ride last Saturday. I mean, everybody was posting online about how they were staying inside and staying away from the cold and how they're dreading going outside. And here I am, just finished up biking for 2 hours into it. Now my bike time, I biked it in an hour and right around an hour 50 minutes. But that was for 22 miles. That was included my time. That didn't include my time stopping, eating, stopping, taking pictures. But I powered through it. I got home and I felt good. And it had actually warmed up 7 degrees from the time I left to the time I got back. So not only was my body temperature going up, the temperature outside was going up. Now, the reason why I was so determined to bike last weekend is because I knew that it was going to be rainy and stormy this weekend. And I can handle biking in the cold weather a lot better than I can biking in the rain. Because when you bike in the rain, your glasses get all wet. the water on the road is kicked up on you from your bike tile. So I'll actually have rainwater all up through my legs, all up my chest, even into my beard. So I hate biking in the rain almost as much as I hate biking in the wind. So that is why I was so determined to bike last weekend. So I'm one of those year-round bikers. If you haven't picked up on that yet, you know, if I can force myself to power through and bike when the weather is like it is during the winter, it makes it that much more easier to bike the rest of the year. So the key to that is what I want you to take away from this video is get out of your head. There's so much we can do if we get out of our head. This morning I woke up, I was struggling to get going, working on some writing projects. I ate breakfast, got my blood sugars back up, and boom, went, started writing, and the creative juices just started flowing. The hardest part about writing a lot of time is getting started. Once you get started, for me personally, once I start seeing where the dots connect to what I'm trying to write, and I really struggle with that this morning. How is I going to get from my intro to my context of my post to the conclusion, and how is that going to relate to what I'm going to write for later this next week? Once I start seeing how those dots connected through research and writing, I get more and more excited and got less and less in my head and got it done. So that's what I want you to take away this week. Whether it's you're struggling with your exercise, workout, getting back into the gym, just know getting started is a hard part. Get out of your head, do it. I hate to take the cliche from Nike because I'm not a very big Nike fan. Just do it. Just get started, get out of your head, and you'll see it's really not all that bad. Going to the gym is really not all that bad. Exercising is not all that bad. Working out is not that bad. Getting outside during unfavorable weather, whether it is cold, wind, and even rain, is not that bad. While I may not like biking in the rain, those of you who know me know I enjoy being out in the rain walking. So my plan is to get done with this video, eat lunch, go for a run, come home, relax a little bit, then go for a little walk, even if it's raining, then come back and do some more work, more writing. So, but before I can do any of that, I need to get out of my head. So if you're struggling with your weight loss goals for this year or your writing goals for this year, just remember, get out of your head. And that's what I want to leave you with this month as we head into February. I mean, can you believe January will be over with in just 5 days? We're already 1/12 of the way through the year. So get out of your head and get started. Hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and let me know what you're struggling with. And maybe I can give you some pointers. And have a great weekend, y'all. Bye-bye.